Hey, what's up? I'm here at ADCC 2022, day 2 with Gary, your mom's favorite grappler, Tonon. And so, yesterday your match ended the way that I don't think anybody saw that happening.
Yeah.
So, can you just walk me through that? What do you think went wrong with that? And just what was your mindset going
Yeah, man. So when we do ADCC camp, we focus a lot on like the tactics of ADCC, kind of like scramble wrestling and stuff like that, and just like kind of being very smart positionally so that we can, work within the rule set and get points and all these sorts of things. So I was a little bit more cognizant of that this ADCC, trying to work on like passing, and I think I did a pretty good job putting a lot of pressure on my opponent, kind of getting into like a passing position, but I just wasn't quite making it happen. Normally I just kind of come out, swinging for the fences with submissions. And man, I really wish I would have done that during that match, because I feel like anytime I wanted the leg lock, it was there. Because basically, I got off balance during one of his leg transitions. He got to my back, right? I get out, and now there's it's three up on him. So I have to make a decision in like a minute and a half left in the match. I'm like, okay, do I just try to submit this guy, or do I try to score points to get back to even with him? And I figured, hey man, I'm a pretty good submission artist. I think in a minute and a half, I'm gonna be able to submit this guy. Literally the first leg entry I tried, it was on right away, I broke him. So I'm like thinking to myself, it's like, fuck, if in the spur of the moment when I just throw on whatever I feel like, I'm able to break this guy, it's like, shit, I probably could have done that the rest of the match, So I'm kind of like kicking myself. He let himself get broke. He, finished the match. Kudos to him. He went to overtime in his second match, which was crazy. He was barely able to stand the whole match. So, God bless him. Super tough guy. And super game competitor. Like, he put me in some great, some really tough positions in our match. It made it a really exciting match. So it's, I'm not saying he's not tough. I'm not saying it wasn't a great match. He deserves all the respect in the world. I'm just saying I wish I would have played it a little bit differently, just talking from my own perspective. But, it was another exciting match for the books. I was super proud to be here. It was the hardest camp I've ever had, probably the hardest thing I've ever done, to be here at this ADCC for a multitude of reasons. And
because you're fighting too, right?
Yeah. But that's a minor part of what happened. But yeah, man, I'm still proud of my performance, and is what it is. I'm happy for some of my teammates that are working their way through this tournament. Looks like Giancarlo is in the finals, semifinals, finals, and Gordon, and looking forward to these guys' performances. Marigali had an amazing performance as well, and even though he just lost. So I'm just looking to support the team now, and get back to the gym and regroup and get ready for my next fight. And that's that.
Yeah, you brought up Gordon Ryan. He's going to take on Andre Galvo in the super fight. How do you think that's going to go?
Man, I think Gordon will have a dominant performance in the super fight with Andre. I think, as is tradition with Gordon, he's always looking to kind of prove a point. It's not just about winning for Gordon, I don't think. I think he always kind of wants to make a statement. So I think in the Galvao match, much like the Felipe match, you're going to see not just somebody who's trying to beat the other person, but try to really prove that he's unquestionably dominant. So you're going to see a lot of different things from Gordon, but I think he's gonna really try to put on a show for everybody and show listen, this guy's not even in my league. So that's what I think you're going to see in the Andre match with Gordon.
Okay, awesome. And are you looking to come back at the next ADCC, or? Man,
2 years is a long time away.
Right.
We had to wait even longer for this one because of COVID. Hopefully nothing like that ever happens again.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's so hard to tell because of how far away it really is. I love ADCC. I put a lot. I put a lot of my life on the side to make this ADCC happen. So it means a lot to me. I still want to win the fucking thing. I still want to get the gold. If the stars align and it makes sense and I can still do it, depending on where I am in my MMA career, of course I'll try to jump back in. I don't know what division I'll do. I don't know if I try to do 77, go back to stay at 66. I felt good at 66. The weight cuts sucked, but I did it. I made it. And when I competed, I felt good. So I'm open to doing both. It really depends. We'll see where our team is in 2 years. What athletes we have and who makes it, and all those sorts of things. All of that plays a huge role in what I choose to do as well. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it. It seems like ADCC is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I would be even more motivated to do it the next ADCC.
Awesome. So you brought up your MMA career. Is that something that you're going to stay more focused on, your MMA career, or are you looking to still compete in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, you know, MMA is, I've been trying to make that my main focus. You know, again, COVID hit, so it's just threw everything off and made things weird. But ONE Championship is also putting on a lot of grappling matches. They're signing on a lot of grapplers. They want to do some, I think they want to do championship belts in different weight classes and stuff like that. So I do believe, you know, I'm one of their top grapplers in their division, or in their organization. So they're probably going to try to put me in for a bunch of different matches and stuff. So intermittently between my MMA fights, I'm sure you'll see me do some grappling matches. I because ONE Championship's doing that, it gives me an opportunity to do it a little bit smoother. It's a little harder sometimes, you know, when I have my organization that I fight MMA for, and then I got to go, you know, do a grappling match with somebody else, and there's always a little bit of like, you know, I don't want to step on one person's toes or another, you know, so there's always a little bit of negotiation there. So it's a little easier if I'm going to be competing with ONE for both of those things. So if they're going to be putting on those matches, it's going to make it a little easier for me to grapple and do MMA at the same time. The only downside is you got to fly all the way out to Asia most of the time to make those happen. But it's an exciting event. It puts way more eyes on the sport, you know, for ONE to host the event and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to them doing more grappling matches and for me being a part of that as well. But MMA will be my main focus. I want to win that damn title.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I think we all want to see that. So how does that work with ONE? Do you sign up for your MMA and that's a different contract as far as your grappling contract?
Yeah, all of my MMA contracts all of my, somebody walking through now.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is all of my jiu-jitsu contracts for ONE Championship, it's just one by one. We just kind of like negotiate it as it comes. Yeah. And my mixed martial arts contract is my mixed martial arts contract. It's not one entity. It's not like one thing. So everybody else that works for ONE, that grapples for them and they don't fight for them, maybe it works differently. Maybe they have like a grappling contract,
exclusive
contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, for me, it's a little different because of the way I'm set up and when I got started and everything like that. But yeah, that's kind of the way it works. It's not like one of my grappling matches counts as one of my MMA fights.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
That gets a little too dicey. So I think they wanted to keep those two things separate. But I can't really give you any insight into what happens for everybody else. But that's how it works for me.
Awesome. Are you looking to stay with ONE your whole MMA career? Or are you looking to eventually transfer over to the UFC?
Man, I'm very happy with ONE Championship right now, and I love where things are going for them. And I still personally think that, like, you know, that's the place for me right now. You know, I can never really say exactly what's going to happen in the future or what's going to happen in the future of ONE for me or whatever the case may be. But right now, the main goal is win a championship at ONE Championship and then win 2 championships at ONE Championship. Awesome. So I'm going to work on doing that, and then we'll talk about the future later.
Awesome. Hey, thank you very much for your time, brother. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Gary Tonon, the Lion Killer, ADCC 2022.
Yeah, baby.